backing Liz Truss when she gets into power, Lewis.
Well, then he should give up. He should give up running. I mean, this is an interesting story because it's in the Times, and it's Rishi Sunak, who's reminds me of a very poor local councillor, basically. But then Liz Truss does too, and he's fighting Liz Truss for to become the leader of the Conservative Party. But he knows he's going to lose, so why are you keeping on fighting? And number two, he says, he's going to follow whatever Liz Truss suggests. Which is tax cuts, which of course makes tremendous sense because basically with inflation, it just basically stokes inflation. Everything that these guys are proposing, and this is the Conservative Party, is stoking inflation.
So tax cuts would stoke inflation.
Yeah, they would
increasing spending.
Yeah, they'd make more money available to the people. It wouldn't help the situation.
But the inflation's been caused by it's a sort of supply squeeze. So, like with the energy, there's not enough energy, and there's also not enough goods. This is what's causing as soon as we get enough energy, it'll bring everything down because petrol won't be as expensive. It won't be as expensive to transport goods, and that's what's pushing prices up. Rather than so much of it's that as well as an excess of money.
I think it's an excess of money. I think that's what got the thing started. I think there wouldn't have been inflation. Maybe there would have been slight inflation because of what's going on in the Ukraine. But the whole thing has been set in motion. We're in a state of emergency. This is the thing about what's happening in America, too. It's a state of emergency. Once inflation gets started, it can go up to 10 or 15 or 20. It could go Venezuela rates.
Yeah.
And what is being done to stop inflation? Everything. We must stop everything. Stop what we're doing to stop inflation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but going back to the story. Going back to the story, though,
Sorry,
Lewis. It's lovely that we've had, I love a little, diversion. But, he says he would wait for Liz Truss. But let's face it, at this late stage of the game, what else is he going to say? And that he wouldn't, he would be like a job, basically. And so does that mean that we can just now cut it short? Is he giving in?
I'm not sure. It would be nice because, this has gone on for a long time. And do you think it's being, it seems to be incredibly divisive and at a time when the Tories are sort of rudderless without a real leader and 12 points behind Labour in the polls?
This is a waste of time. It really is.
I think it's a waste of time. I'm with you. I'm with you. And it's a parliamentary system, which is a horrible form of political politics. It's not as good as the American system.
The American system, notoriously just smooth running, an efficient, well-oiled machine. Everybody gets on with each other. Anyway, moving on.
You want an argument about that?
No.
Yeah,
there's openly mocking you about it, Lewis.
I know you're mocking me, but it's true. It's the best system.
It's
in the
irony.
world.
The Americans
I don't think you understand a parliamentary system. When you have a parliamentary system, you're always one step removed from democracy.
Right.
Because the person that they're choosing for leader, first of all, should be the leader of the parliament, right? Which is the parliamentarians, but he's being chosen by the rank and file.
Yeah, and we saw how this can subvert the system with Corbyn. So, they introduced, I think it was like 20p or something to join the Labour Party, so they halved their costs. But then, if you're a member, you could vote for whoever you want. And then loads of, lunatic fringe left-wingers got in and voted for Corbyn.